So my name is Greg Friedman. Thank you all for being here today to our California Placement Association's bi-weekly webinar. So yeah, if you're just joining this, you can put your name, your job title, where you work in the chat. We'd appreciate it. We are honored today to have Mr. Anthony Sharp with us to present on what are you afraid of, I believe is the topic. So I'm really interested about this one. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Anthony and let him have it. Any questions, you can throw them in the chat. You can wait till the end and ask them. So yeah.
Right. Thank you, Greg, so much. Good morning to everybody. So happy to be here with you all this morning. I want to thank Christina Lee for extending the invitation to me to present to you all today. This topic can go in many different ways. So I ask you all to open up your minds, and it can be used to apply to our respective populations that we work with. But for the purposes of today, just want to give us a chance to just take a step out of our normal everyday roles, whether you're working remote, in person, or hybrid. Do some self-reflection as you are sitting at your desk or sitting at home. So I'm going to share my screen here. All right. So jumping in here. So what are you afraid of? So when it comes to making that first step, whether it's taking the step out on faith to do something, whether it's starting to write that book, write that business plan, switching jobs, switching fields, we are uncertain if we step on this and it's going to blow up in our face or if it's going to work out in our favor. But with this, before we even think about taking that critical step that we need to take, we start wasting time thinking, oh, is it going to work out? What if it doesn't? What can I do in the interim? I'm not so sure. Let me go talk to some other people to get some opinions to help me feel comfortable about making this decision. And when we realize, once we take a look and look up, time has passed by, months, days, weeks, hours, years even, and we still haven't made that critical step yet. And so with that, we want to look at the time that we've spent at home during the beginning of the pandemic and even now currently, and what does the future look like for us. So just some questions to think about here. So after monitoring my time during the pandemic, I discovered that I want to spend more time on, I want to spend less time on. So you can come off mute, drop it in the chat box, your answers to these questions. If you want to list them in order, 1, 2, and 3, that's totally fine. And the floor is open, whomever wants to share. Okay, we're spending more time not on Zoom, okay.
Yeah, or less time, I guess. Yeah.
Less time, okay.
Less time on.
Alrighty, Lynette, my time at home, okay. Okay, spend less time on the road, okay. Less time on, or being scared, okay. It's part of your personality, okay, Nancy, no problem. Spend more time with family at home, less time in traffic. All right, James, yes. Can do my job successfully from home. Okay, Nikki, wonderful, okay. Anyone else? Okay, more time on positive activities and not negative what's going on. Okay, absolutely. Spend more time on positive and less than negative. Discover that I need time, need me time. Okay, wonderful. Yes, self-care is critical. Less time on my cell phone. Okay. All right. Wonderful responses. Thank you all. Okay. The next question here is, give it time to register. Less time than you have more time doing. Okay. The next step I'm avoiding taking is. The next step I'm avoiding taking is. Take your time and think about it if you need to. No worries. This is your retiring. Okay, Lynette. Okay, Carrie, investing in technology and support. Okay. If you got to say it out loud to yourself and put your name in front of it. Anthony, the next step you are avoiding taking is. Yeah, it is. It is, Greg. Embracing change. Oh my goodness. Yes. You know, the fear of failing. Okay, Lee. Okay. Learning how to invest my money. Okay. Your responses. Thank you all for your transparency and honesty and vulnerability. I appreciate that. What else? I know the recorder is on, but this is for you. This is to free yourself so you know, identify. You can't confront and heal what you conceal. If it's total personal, I completely understand. No conversation practices. I'll be the last person wearing a mask. I understand, Jay. It's okay. What else? I'll take one more before we move on. And again, if it's personal, if you wrote it down on a piece of paper, wrote it in your journal, whatever that is, wonderful. I applaud you for that because you're able to face it and get it out so you can see it what it is. Okay. All righty. We will leave it right there. Thank you all so much for sharing. Okay. So when we think about why we're avoiding taking that step, it can certainly be out of fear. It can be out of looking a little, how is this going to look towards people that I know, people who are around me. It could be fear of embarrassment, fear of failure. How's it going to look? Oh, if it doesn't work out this time, then what? Okay. Or could it be that we're afraid that it just might work? If I go seek, I know someone just told me about this investment class and whatnot. I kept pushing it off, kept pushing it off. Let me just sign up for it and just attend the first one. And then again, it might intrigue me so much more. I end up coming back to the next section and then the next one. Starting finding out, what does me time look like? Defining that for yourself. What does that look like? Does it look like going to a massage therapist once a month? Is it setting aside time to just have peace and quiet for yourself, getting in a corner, sitting in a room, shutting the door, turn the phone off, and letting a playlist run for 20 minutes? Or reading, whatever that looks like. Some the other things you all put here, let me go back and see. Yeah, embracing change. Just, again, it may be just a simple thing as, again, turning off my TV so I'm not looking at the news every 5 minutes and looking at something else. That, this is what it is. This is, again, acceptance is a tough thing to arrive at, but we certainly have it within us to do so. It's little deposits that we make into each of these things, whatever your thing is that you list in the chat box that you wrote down. Little deposits eventually yield to a big return on our investment. but it's up to us to start making those little deposits. For me, self-care was getting back on a healthy regimen because I was eating, because again, chips and I have a serious love affair. It's just me and Doritos, sweet chili and cheese in the purple bag. I'm telling y'all, talking about me. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about y'all. It's just something about them. That initial crunch and the sweet and the chili mixed together just does something. But eventually it just caught up to me and I said, no, I can't do this. And so I had to make little deposits. I said, let me replace that with something different. Trying to quit cold turkey didn't work because whenever I would see the bag on top of the fridge, that was it. But I had to, again, it came to not purchasing it. If my siblings asked me if I wanted something, just the 2-letter sentence of no, I'm good. I'm on camera, find something else to eat, find something else to snack on. Um, and then in addition to that, it was reconnecting with the hip hop fitness class that I'm a part of. Can't attend as many times during the week as I would like, but I make time to Saturday and Sunday. And I tell myself that this is my hour set aside for me to come out, enjoy myself. That's it. I'm not scheduling anything during this 1 hour. Is for me. And a lot of times we think, oh gosh, oh, that's being selfish. No, it's called being healthy selfish, is how I like to call it, because it's for you. It's an investment into you. The weekend is free to do what we do, whether it's chores, going out on the town, if it's, date night on Saturday, whatever it is, that's the time you set aside for yourself, whether it's an hour or 30 minutes, 20 minutes, however long it is. Then from there, I said, let me take my self-care routine to another level. Then I was on Instagram and came across a massage therapist right here in LA. And now I've started at 1 and now I'm up to 2 meetings per month. Saturday morning at 10, that's my hour and 30 minutes to myself. Because if we don't take care, if we're not happy and healthy, we can't give to our students, to our job seekers. We can't give to family if we're not healthy and if we're not taking care of ourselves. So whatever that investment is, if it's taking those investment classes, embracing change, what little deposit can I make? How can I go about doing this? So sometimes it just might work, but all it takes is just one little baby step. One, again, the same thing we do with our job seekers. Oh, this isn't going to work, Greg. No, I'm not applying to this. Apply for it. It just might work. You just might get a phone call. You just might get an email. You never know. The worst they can say is no. Okay, so I might fall flat. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, let me try something again. That's just one. Okay, that's one opportunity. There's what, 20, 30, 60,000 more jobs in many different companies. I have 60,000 doors to knock on. Somebody's going to open up the door and peek through the peephole and say, who is this applicant? And give me a chance. So what is stopping you? Is it other people? What other people trying to say, what he and she said, because it didn't work out for them. And so the fact that they're upset and they're disappointed and busted and disgusted, they're trying to pour that off onto you. Is it circumstances? Being real with yourself, is it laziness? I know I need to register for that class. I just ain't done it yet. I need to make that small deposit. I know. My Netflix show is on. I'm almost done with season 6. Leave me alone. Okay. Maybe I'm not assertive enough. Okay, I may need some encouragement, someone to help me get it into gear. Not wanting it. Okay, if I want something, it's a value to me. If it's not a value to you, okay, then you don't want it. Okay, moving on, find something else that you do want. Procrastination, oh my goodness. Procrastination is like credit. We love to use it until we get the bill. Oh, and all this interest. Oh my gosh, we're in 2022, and I said I would start that 3 years ago. Look where we are. Look where we are. I can't blame anybody else but me. Maybe no knowledge of how to start, and that's totally okay. Just ask. Just ask. Burnout, completely understand. With everything going on, it's completely understandable. Take the time that you need to regroup, reset, renew. But once you get to that place, then let's start finding out that baby step that we need to take. Interruptions. Sometimes we just gotta quiet the noise. Go in another room, ask everybody to give you 10 minutes or isolate yourself, whatever you need to do that. Clutter, time to declutter. This is the time. Of course, there's not a whole lot of suits and outfits that we wear in office much anymore. Hey, time to declutter. What else has been sitting in this house, in this apartment, this townhouse that's just collecting dust every day that I can get rid of? My siblings and I have been to Goodwill more than 5 times in the past 6+ months. Just dropping stuff off. Ain't gonna need it. Taking up space, make room for something else. Perfectionism. Yeah, just gotta be done right. No, if it's not right, I just know it's not the right time. Well, okay, we said that before again. Sometimes we may have to take an unconventional approach. It's not gonna be perfect all the time, but we just got to take that first step to get it out there. Bad habits, we see where those have gotten us. Now it's time to replace those with new ones, replace those old tapes. No more singing the shoulda, coulda, woulda blues before. Now I gotta say, okay, enough of that. This is what I want to do this year. This is what I'm going to do. And then making the choice to do it. Workaholic. We're at home, we're around work, we're in front of work for 8 hours. Then we close the laptop, but it's still on the table. I may need to, again, start creating those healthy boundaries, creating those separations where, okay, work is for this amount of time. Step away, take my break. When I'm off work, put everything away and then sit down and make time for me, whatever that looks like. Saying yes all the time. Being a yes person Greg Greg's I'm guilty. Yeah, it's okay to, if you need to, for you, if it's not at the right time, if you can't get to it until later, ask the person if they can give you till tomorrow. Ask them when do they need it by, what's the deadline. Okay, if it doesn't fit with what you have going on, there's a polite way of saying no. Or it can be, you may not want to say that, and you may have no problem saying it. But if it's something that is difficult for you, it could be something like, you know what, Greg, thank you so much for bringing this task to me. You know what, unfortunately, right now I cannot commit to it, and I would not want to promise something and not deliver. Would it be okay if I get back with you if I have some free time that opens up to help you work on it? Whatever that may be, however that looks. No help, again, ask. We're all in this together, globally, literally, right now. Whatever you need help with, ask. If we need help from a colleague, we just to reach out and ask if we need help. Okay, come back here. Oop, back up. Loving remote, understandable. I'm out of the office. I'm away from the riffraff, the racketeer, the gossip, the wasted time visited by coworkers in the office, and I'm just good being home. And then we got comfortable because we're at home. There's nothing much going on, which leads to being comfortable. No, I don't want to leave this. No, I'm not ready to do something else because I'm comfortable where I am. But it's within those moments we have to really grab hold of and don't let our surroundings cave in on us, and really ask ourselves if we want to be here in the same space, the same position, 6 months from now, summertime, next Christmas, this coming Christmas, several months down the road, what I want to do. But again, I have to want it. If I want something different, I've got to confront whatever that is, whatever it is that's on this list or not. I've got to confront that and ask myself, okay, what does the new normal, the new narrative look like? What does the new result look like for me? And then start taking that first step. Then the final reason, which we don't want to admit, and I'm going to go off camera so y'all don't throw nothing at me. Yeah, I'm gonna let it drop one more time. Yeah, sometimes it's us. We can be our own worst enemy, get in our own way, our own head, and everything else. Yeah, we can. But we gotta confront us. We have to look at us. What am I doing? Am I still telling myself? What tapes am I still rehearsing? We gotta get out of our own way, because that's what tends to hold us up. Just trying something different. Of course, it takes about roughly 30 days to develop a new habit. It starts with one day. It's always the fact of getting started. But once we get started, we keep going and keep going again. And then eventually we've made all this progress, all this stride, and all this stuff has happened because we took that first step. Now, think about if all of these individuals would have stopped after the first time, if they thought about doing what they said they were going to do, that if they would have just stopped. Okay. Chris Gardner on this top left photo, everything that he went through, had an idea to take the finance industry by storm and everything else, went through a breakup, raising his son by himself, sleeping in bathrooms at train stations, going through everything that he went through, turned his life upside down. But he kept going every single day. He kept going to his internship that was unpaid every single day. And then finally, from all the hustle and bustle that he put in, all the groundwork, he hit it big and is a thriving force in Wall Street right now, doing very well. The wonderful computers that we use every day. Bill Gates, the entire empire, if he would have stopped, Steve Jobs would have stopped, we wouldn't have what we have today. Mark Zuckerberg, aka, made all this new changes. If he would have stopped, we wouldn't be conversing on these platforms today. Sir Obama, if he, like, it just might work. Let me see. Okay. Raising Cane's, we're Raising Cane's fans on here. This idea came about. It was a class project that these two students wrote up, submitted to their teacher for an assignment. I think it was a business idea. And they said, we're just going to sell chicken tenders, fries, and coleslaw and Texas toast and assorted beverages every single day. Teacher looked at them in their face and laughed, gave them a C-. It's now all over the world, myself included. If I would have stopped every single time someone didn't support what I was doing, didn't, no encouragement, had many things questioned about me and everything else, and all the negativity and rejection that I received in my life, if I didn't make those deposits in myself to affirm for myself and speak to myself, my faith ultimately, of course, and choosing the right people around me to encourage me, I won't be sitting here in front of you all today at all. So we have to make the decision if we're going to choose what his always word, choose comfort or take the risk. Keep going until I get that yes. Same thing we tell our job seekers, right? If you, again, rejection is always hard. No one likes hearing no. but we keep knocking on doors, and eventually that yes is coming. So, question on the floor. Still can't see it. Something's going on here. Oh, there it is. Only you can answer that question for yourself. But in order to get a different result, I'm going to need to try something out of the ordinary. I'm going to need to try something different here. The clock keeps ticking even while we're sitting here. So we got to make a decision on what we want to do when we step off this call. What does the new normal look like? What's the new narrative? What does my self-care routine look like? When's the next investment class that I can register for or that I can sign up for? Do I know someone who's in investments? Let me make up what phone call do I need to make? What webinar do I need to sign up for? Is there someone who I know who has embraced change, who can give me some insight, give me some tips and pointers how to help me embrace change, embrace what we're going through right now globally? So it's up to me to do that. So these final words here, Greg, you want to read that first one for us, please?
I'm sure. Life is hard for two reasons: because you're leaving your comfort zone or because you're staying in it.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Life is already hard to begin with. There's so much that we deal with on a daily basis, the stuff we see in the news and everything else. But when it comes down to checking me, it's going to be tough to leave that comfort zone because I was so used to staying in it because it was comfortable. I was like the fabric softener snuggle bunny on TV, wrapped up in this blanket, sitting on this couch, wrapped up in this pillow, getting this good sleep right where it's easy for me, slobbering all on this pillow because I'm good. It's already wonderful. Oh, but it hurts because I finally made a decision and I got to get up from here, unwrap myself, and do the work. And life gets hard when we stay in it because we become shackled to it. But it's up to us to make the conscious decision to choose to start breaking those chains off of us so we can live freely. Even in the pandemic, we can still go after what it is that we want to do. All right, let's see. Luis, you want to read the second one for us, please?
Sorry, I was finding my mute button here.
No worries.
People romanticize their plans, but dread the execution. The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding.
Oh my goodness. I'm about to run to LAX and come back. See that? Yeah. Oh, this is going to look so great. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, look at this. This is wonderful. Oh, this is the dream for the business. This is what the book is going to look like. This is the cover. This is it. This is what my investments look like. This is what my portfolio is going to look like by the end of the year. And woo. And oh, I got to, in order to get to the dream, to get to the manifestation of it all, I've got to put in the work. Got to put in the work. It's going to be tough, but again, one step, one baby step, whatever that size of that step looks like for you, one step leads to another and another. And before we know it, the empire is here. Those investments are rolling. Your money's making money for you. You're teaching other people how to invest. You holding you holding Zoom classes yourself, teaching other people. You have that me time. People now know to give you when you get home or get off work, they know to give you your 30 minutes for your therapeutic bubble bath with your entire Spotify playlist going and don't interrupt. Because put in the work. You've executed. You started putting in the steps to do so. Next one here. Let's see. Paula.
We are going around the globe one time. Make it count.
Thank you. One time, ladies and gentlemen. We know, everybody on here knows what their sunrise year is. The sunset year, we don't know. We don't know. But it's up to us every single day, every day that we're blessed to rise up with breath in our lungs, with life and activity in our limbs and our bones and the ligaments and tendons and the neurons are moving and connecting. There's more for us to do. More to work on those investments, work on developing that me time schedule, whatever that is. Embracing change as people in cemeteries everywhere, not everybody, but some in there, wishing they would have just took the first step, singing the shoulda, coulda, woulda blues. We don't want that to be us. There's more, so much more for us to do. Pandemic ain't gonna stop this clock from ticking, seconds, minutes, and hours from ticking on by. There's a lot we can get done within a day. A lot we can get done if we're intentional about what we're doing, the purpose we're doing it for, and what's the why behind it. But that's up to us. If you want it, it's because it's of value to you. You want that investment portfolio, you want that me time, want to embrace change, want to get out of your own way, whatever the want is for you. That's up to you each day to make little deposits into that so that return on investment can come back to you and you can celebrate the success because you got up and did the work. Mr. Marsh.
When the time comes to sit in your rocking chair and reflect over your life, what song do you want to sing? The shoulda, coulda, woulda blues, or I live a purpose-filled life?
Thank you. What do you want to sing? What do you want to discuss with friends, with besties, family members, extended family, in-laws? What do we want to, your own children, pets, feathered and on four legs? What do we want to sing and talk about? Should have done this. Oh, if only I would have taken that class. If only I would have done this. If only I would have cleared this out sooner. Could have done this, but you know, was too scared about what people were gonna think. Could have done this, but I got comfortable. I would have done this, but I should have, but damn, I didn't. Or I certainly did it. And let me tell you what benefits that it did for me. Listen, certainly, let me tell you a little bit all the things that I did. Let me tell you what I did with this investment portfolio. It started me taking this class, and then eventually I started teaching people at my place of worship on Zoom how to invest and doing other things. And then eventually I hit it. Now I have enough to leave behind to my family because I took the risk. I launched out, stepped out of my comfort zone, took that critical risk. Then here I am. So it's up to you. How different do you want to see your life? It can be different. I'm here to testify and tell you there are people still conquering fears in a pandemic, still getting better jobs, still buying houses, still just having breakthroughs all around. We have some sad moments too about people passing away and whatnot, but it's still, as long as you're still any day above ground is a wonderful one. And while we're here, let's make the most of each day. Every time those eyes open up and you get them those little crust rocks out of there, out of those corners. There's more to do. There's a whole life in front of you to do. Making those little deposits, whatever those look like for you. It's time to get to work. So with that, no, put these in the chat box. These are for you to put down on that cell phone in your notes app. Email it to yourself. Write it on a pen and pad. Write it on a Word document. I promise that next week on whatever that date is, whatever day next week is, or if you want to switch it up and say this week, on this month, on this day in 2022, I want to and will. Want to because it's a value to me. And will, I want to do it. This is a value to me. I see it. This is something I got to get my butt up here. And sometimes we got to talk rough. We can talk rough to friends. Well, let me tell you what you should do. This is what you need to do. See, let's get serious with us too. Call it out. I want to and will. I'll put this up here for you to hold yourself accountable so you can't tell nobody else. You can't say nothing to anyone else. Can't hold nobody accountable but yourself if nothing gets done. Now I just put 3 here. You may just want to put 1, and that's totally fine. Be realistic for yourself. Whatever that is, whatever I want to and will enroll in that investment course that I heard about from my friend last week. I want to and will develop a self-care routine. I want to and will embrace change a little each day by I want to and will change my eating habits. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about y'all. Okay. Whatever that is for you, write down what that is and be as specific as you want to be so you can see what the new normal, the new narrative, the new picture, the new tape looks and sounds like for you. All right, I'm seeing this passing the torch. All right. Okay. And that wonderful, wonderful. All right, thank you. Give you all about 2 more minutes. Again, if you've already added 3 and want to add more, something's bubbling up in your gut and your spirit to write more than 3, feel free. This is your list. All right. So with that, I'm not going to ask you all to share because this is for you. This is for you. If you have someone who you want to serve as an accountability partner, whomever you choose to hold you accountable to make sure you are on target and that you get it done, that's up to you. To keep yourself on, because again, sometimes paper gets crumpled up if you wrote it on paper. Take your cell phone. Everybody has a wonderful camera in their hands every single day of the week. We will be caught dead without this phone and our car keys and our wallets. Take a photo of what you wrote down and keep that in your photo gallery so you can refer back to it when you stand in line at the grocery store, when you're in the drive-through at Krispy Kreme. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about y'all. Looking at it when you're sitting on the couch in between shows, taking a break from whatever it is to remind yourself consistently whether the dog comes and eats that piece of paper or it gets crumpled up, drawn on by the kids, or thrown away by accident. In your phone, you have a consistent reminder of what it is that you promised you that you'll work on, that you want to and will work on. This is a promise to yourself. We make promises to everybody all the time. The time has come to be healthy, selfish, or healthy, invested in you, to take care of you, because you only get one you, only one. Take care of it. We're to love our neighbors as ourselves. Then when we do that, we start off by showing them by how we're loving and taking care of ourselves. And when we're healthy, when all of this holistically is healthy, we can be a great benefit to other people, to our job seekers, to our neighbors, to people that we know, because we're taking care of us. So I encourage you, make self-care a priority, investing in yourself, your portfolio, financial, whatever area it is. Take time to invest in it, because it's for you. It's going to benefit you off top, and then something you trickle on and pass down. I saw in the chat and they pass the torch. You've done it. Time to pass it on to someone else. Mentor someone else. Bring someone else on up, and that's how it is in life. We are creating this legacy, building this legacy, and then we go on to get our reward. We've done everything, lay this body to rest, whether it's put in the casket or cremated, and then we pass it on to someone else. But while you're still here, waking up every single day with life in your body, whether you are connected to an oxygen tank or not, you have life in you. So there's more life to give, more life to invest in you, to invest in other people. But take care of you first. Questions?
Feel free to unmute yourself, throw them in the chat. Anthony, how do you get started? Like taking that first step, it's the hardest one. It's like going to the gym. It's easy once you're there, but getting that first foot, once you're out the door and you're in the gym, it's easy.
It
What's the
is. Yeah, it's always, you know what? There's really no magic formula. I'm telling you, everything I'm telling you all is really pretty much what I've applied for me. Those reasons were part of me too. And I got to the place where I finally just, as we say, I got sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I wanted something different when I started to feel how my body was weighing me down and feeling this lumbar 5 in my lower back just start acting up. I said, I got to get up and do something. I said, this 6'3" frame, I said, I can't be walking around feeling like I am walking with a cane, or that I am really sitting, I am confined to my house. No, I got to get up. I have life in me to give to the people, whether it's on Zoom or in person. I've got to get up and do something different to change it for me, so I can be a motivation to somebody else. So I made that first step. I said, what does that first step look like for me? And I said, okay, my dance community is here. I'm gonna get up and drive to get there. I pushed it, made so many investments to where before I was driving out from LA to out to the San Fernando Valley off the 101 to dance class and I was there from 7:30 to 9, and then driving back home, sleeping and getting up for work, and then going right back on another day during the week. And so, and the more once you got to make that kind of decision for yourself. What do I want to see differently? And of course, when you get there, if it's the gym, getting there, having an accountability partner, someone to hold you accountable, to work with you, to helping you get that first step started, to motivating you, whatever that is. take that person along with you. But you've got to make it, because I don't want to make it harder on my accountability partner that they have to drag me every time. It starts with that first decision from me. What do I want to do? What I'm tired of this. Okay, so I know what I gotta do now. The chip, same thing. It was tough and I had to pick them things up when I'm pushing that basket. But I said, okay, we either want health problems down the road or we don't. Make the investment now so it gets greater later. So I hope that answers your question in a nutshell. But you make that conscious decision for you. What does the new narrative, the new visual look like for me?
Anthony,
Yes,
hi, how you doing?
I'm grading you.
Great, good. I
Good.
have a lot of students who are still stuck. I mean, when the pandemic started, they were like, well, I'm not going to look for a job until this is over. And
Mhm.
and so it's still happening. And I keep saying this is the time to get a job because a lot of people, a lot of employers are hiring, and it just seems like no matter what I say, they'll take a step forward as far as
Mhm.
without really accomplishing anything. But I don't know. I really don't know what to say to a few of them anymore because they're just stuck. They're like,
Right. Yeah. And this is for our job seekers. Yeah, it's always a tough one. For me, I go back to when I was working with students before switching over to this trainer role with this program, working with veterans. And I always had to give my students, we always used to have those heart to heart talks about it, and really going back to the foundational pieces and asking them, what's their why? What's the reason they got into this field in the first place? What is the before the pandemic happened? Again, what was the vision that they have for themselves for this career, what they wanted to do, and that it can still have, and then giving them a chance to really brainstorm and really look at that. So again, with that, helping reignite the passion that's been pushed down, been suppressed and lying dormant because of everything that's going on. And that may be a conversation, that may be one place to start, to finding, it's again, that really helping them tap into, yeah, what did I get into this for? Is this what I really want to do? Do I want to do something different? Okay, and then showing them how to pivot within this pandemic. And if there was a time where, even if there wasn't a pandemic, a time where you felt down yourself, and sharing your testimony with your job seekers as well. Because a lot of times, again, we're in coaching mode and teaching mode all the time. Sometime again, insert that empathy and share with them the time where it was difficult for you, if there was a challenge that you overcame, and how did you do that, and then sharing some of those similar experiences and relating to them on that wavelength may just bring about something, and then helping them explore other ways that they can still do the job that they enjoy, given that it's well, I would say no, take the limits off, even if it is something that's in the hospital, or if it's not, but something that hopefully they can start off with, jumping off launching out and being able to work remote or hybrid. They can still get it accomplished. They can still achieve their dreams, whatever whatever those are. But I would start with really tapping into going back, sit on that back porch and really go back into their why for entering this field. And is it something that they still see you're welcome. Is this something that they still see as a reality for themselves? And I'm really asking the tough questions like, is this something you still want to do? Did you have any plan B or any plan C in the event that, because sometimes again, it's tunnel vision. I had a student who, again, came in, it was like, this is what I want to do. I want to be a cop. blah, 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 this is it. And then life happened. And he was like, you know what, I don't wanna do this anymore. I really found out, I'm just not happy doing this. Okay, what's plan B? It's okay. Sometimes, again, we do trial and error often. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, let me try something else. And then just finding out where those interests are for them.
Great, thank you.
My pleasure. Great question. Thank you. Elizabeth, great question. Thank you. I don't have anything planned. I would definitely love to come back. If you all have me, we can talk about something else. I know I gave Christina Lee, another great buddy of mine, Michael Marinoff. You all may have heard of him, but look him up on LinkedIn. He's great. I recommended him to her to come and speak to you all in February for that meeting. He's awesome, great bundle of energy. Awesome. He is awesome. But yeah, let's we'll love to come back
Awesome.
with you all. But yeah, but that's definitely in a nutshell. I know it's not the most conventional stuff that we normally hear, but definitely again, look at what it is. Be honest with yourself, ladies and gentlemen. It is okay. I'm sure we've done it a lot, but it's okay to sit down and really look at, as you reflect back over your time and everything else, the time that's been wasted. It's okay. We wasted it. Okay, we wasted that time. Okay, now that I know, I now know what I got to do. When you know better, you do better. So now I can, I can't hold the excuse over my head anymore that I don't know, because now I know. Now I know what I need to do. I put it out there. It's on paper. It's in my phone, in my photo gallery. Now I know what I need to do. And if you still in this space, hopefully not, but in that space, months, days from now, you can only blame you. You can only hold you accountable because you made the decision to not keep your promise to yourself. So let's make the time to, now that we know, let's change the narrative. Let's change. Again, blessings are still all around us for the grabbing, for the taking, but we got to do the work. If we want to see them, if we want to receive that return on our investment, we got to put in the work. It starts with us. Everybody gets free will. What you gonna do with it? Squander it or use it to your benefit?
Anthony, I want to thank you. This is the first time my Zoom screen has been a mirror. I'm really self-reflecting there. But you asked some hard questions. So that was really good. I want to thank you for
Absolutely.
presenting today. We
My
put in the
pleasure.
link the Eventbrite link for the next webinars. February 9th, we actually have Vilma Brager on she's going to talk on how to prepare for your interview and how to have a successful first 90 days on the job. So this is really good information for us to share with our others. But you can definitely have your students join, have them sign up on the Eventbrite link, and they can hear it directly and ask questions. It's a great topic. Then on February 23rd, we actually have Sergio Baez speaking. He is a marketing person. He's going to talk about our personal branding and marketing and how we can make that better. And then March 9th, sorry, Carrie, I'm going to say your name wrong, Aver, is going to speak on building motivation momentum. So I think that'll be really good piggybacking off what we just heard today from Anthony. So there's that. And then obviously our state conference is April 26th and 27th, Tuesday and Wednesday. It's only $50. We're doing it virtually. It's 8 to 4 both days. We're going to have, probably 4 or 5 presenters each day with some breakout sessions. We did it last year. It was really great, giving away lots of raffle prizes as well. So $50, totally reasonable for 2 days of conference. Most of you, thank you for registering. We're going to send you a survey out. So if you could fill it out, we're always looking for feedback on a little bit on Anthony, but just on us and what you thought and topics you would like. If you would ever like to present and share information on what you're an expert on, we'd love to have you. Please reach out to me. I'm Craig Friedman, and we'd love to have you be a webinar presenter. Oh, so yes, Kim, we got his question on Anthony's other webinars. So do you do anything else, Anthony? Are you anywhere else out there? I know I found you on LinkedIn.
I'm wherever you want me to come present your organizations, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn directly. That's totally fine. I'm a master trainer for Circo. I'm working with the Department of Labor Transition Assistance Program with our military veterans. So I'm pretty much training facilitators and stuff all the time, but anytime there's a need in the community to come and present to you, students, staff, anything on any particular topics, I've put together a whole bunch of presentations within the past several years. So whatever you need, feel free, reach out and let me know. If I don't have it, it's part of my passion as well as my current job to create it from scratch. So whatever you need, let me know and we will do that for you. You can reach out to me directly. There's my email as well as cell phone number as well. And if you just need some me time for yourself, that's my dance community's YouTube channel. So feel free and bust a move along with us in your living rooms or wherever you are, whatever you need.
Awesome. I just threw our Cal Placements website in there. We're recording this. We'll get it edited up, and we have Anthony's PowerPoint. And we'll get those posted probably next week sometime. So that way you can reference back to this if you ever need it or want this in presentation. Like, what were those 3 things again? Or what? They had some great quotes in there. So definitely spoke to me. I want to respect all of your time. It's 12 o'clock lunchtime for some of you. You are welcome to stay if Anthony's got time and wants to stay on if you got a question for him. But on behalf of CPA, I know we've got a bunch of board members here. We thank you all for coming. We look forward to seeing you again, and have a great day.
Have a good day, everybody.
Hi, my name is Luis Sobrevilla, and I work with the Merced County Office of Education, and I'm a proud member of California Placement Association.
Hi, my name is Greg Friedman. I work with Merced County Office of Education. I'm a proud member of the CPA Northern Region.
Hi, my name's Denise Crawford, and I work at Bakersfield College, and I'm a proud member of the California Placement Association Central Region.
Hi, I'm Rosalinda Rivas, and I'm a proud member of the California Placement Association.